Assalamu alaikum, and it's excited to be here today to really talk about the future of well-being in the metaverse. So people talking about the metaverse, and our goal for metaverse is to create a more peaceful, just, sustainable, healthier, and joyful world. How do we create a metaverse experience which will truly rock your world? So I'm here today with my dear friends, colleagues, I would say one of my best friends, Dr. Chopra. And what I want to do is to give you a little bit of a glimpse of what we're going to talk about. I mean, I know Abu Dhabi and Dubai is kind of the mecca of Web3. The Mohammed bin Rashid Space Center and I think Beidou are collaborating to launch the Mars Metaverse. We have Metaverse Holdings, which is creating a digital twin of Abu Dhabi and Dubai. And this is the place where I think Metaverse is going to take its birth and then kind of transform well-being in the world. So we're really excited to launch the Chopraverse here. And the conversation today is going to kind of give you a glimpse of why Chopraverse, what we are doing, and really our goal, if you take one thing back, let's just take this one thing. How do we use the metaverse to help people transform their well-being, personal well-being and societal well-being? And what we want to do in the Chopraverse is to help you move, nourish, manage your emotions, sleep, connection with community, and nature. And that's really the 7 principles of how the Chopraverse is being designed. So before I get started, I want to kind of tee up this question to Dr. Chopra. Deepak, why the metaverse? What is your vision for well-being in the metaverse?
So today we know that less than 5% of genetic mutations are fully penetrant, which means they guarantee the disease. And for that, new technologies are emerging, including CRISPR and gene editing. But 95% of chronic illness, everything from diabetes to metabolic syndrome, to cardiovascular disease, to cancer, to autoimmune illnesses, to inflammation, Alzheimer's, are connected with what we call sympathetic overdrive, stress, in other words, compromising the immune system and so forth. So the metaverse and these meta houses, think of them as your extended body. The water is your circulation, the food you eat is your body, the air you're breathing is your breath. And understand that we can bring technologies where in the environment, which is now your extended body, you get all the technology to facilitate deep sleep, stress management, vagal stimulation, decrease inflammation, social interactions, biological rhythms, self-reflection, insight, intuition, creativity, higher consciousness, transcendence, everything that humans have aspired to, and takes great discipline to do that, now comes with deep learning, artificial intelligence, bioregulation, and much more.
Thanks, Deepak. So to kind of take this to the next level, what we decided as a team is to really make value in the NFT metaverse world. I just saw Michael Novogratz from Galaxy Digital speaking over here. So what we are launching is 108 homes. And these 108 homes are NFTs, but they come with a blueprint of how to build the best well-being home. So if you're a builder in, let's say, in Abu Dhabi, like Mubadala or other groups out here, they can actually build these homes, and these 108 homes are going to be connected in the metaverse. So imagine in the home, you get a sleep meditation from Dr. Chopra, in the real world and in the metaverse. In the kitchen, you get the best chefs talking about vegan cooking. Or maybe you want to talk to a psychiatrist on mental health. Our goal is to instrument these things in the real world, in the metaverse, right? So your children could be playing in the house, in the real world, and they want to invite their friends to join them in the metaverse to play together. Our goal is to bring intimacy and social connection through these 108 homes, which are going to be NFTs. So on this collaboration, I'm really excited to collaborate with Utopia and Nino, who's a genius in gaming. And I think his first company he sold when he was 18 or 19, I don't know, very young. But Nino, can you share your vision of what you're doing at Utopia, the utopian citizens, and how these two worlds will come together?
Yeah, I think that one of the most important things that we focus in Utopia is encouraging everybody into the metaverse and try to bring all type of genders, ages. So how do we make that happen? And I think that the answer to this is basically diversifying the number of use cases you can provide. I mean, we're building a whole new universe where obviously there's going to be a gaming area where we're going to bring that Gen Z that we all are more familiar with them being into the metaverse. But we also want to encourage each of the individuals that want to become better, that want to improve every day, and want to share their energy and push for their objectives with an aligned community. Because one of the things of why we build this with NFTs is to basically start with a community that share the same passion, values, and have the same message to the world as everybody else. So, thank you. Thank you very much. Sorry about that. So I think that the possibilities are infinite. The amount of good that we can bring to the world is also infinite. And that's what moves our heart, right? Being able to bring all type of people of different ages, as I said before, to basically enjoy this experience, enjoy this inner self journey to be the house of enlightenment. And that's basically the mission and why our heart moves into this project.
Thank you, Nino. I think one of the things we are looking at is, as we speak, this 30-minute conversation, more than 35 people would have died, right? The biggest pandemic in the world is a mental health pandemic. Every 40 seconds, we lose someone to suicide globally. The United States, among the most powerful countries in the world, the second leading cause of death among young adults is death by suicide. This is the human tragedy. So one of the things we want to do in Web3 and the Chopraverse and our collaboration is to really bring about social impact, transformation. From Save Our Love, as a co-founder with Deepak, we really looked at how to use NFTs for good. The first one he did was helping Emilia Clarke raise awareness for brain injury recovery. The second one we did was to use NFTs to help educate the girl child in Nepal. The third one we did was to bring the NFT artist Wisby together to basically rescue 3 bears in Mongolia. You'll say, why are we rescuing 3 bears in Mongolia? These bears were climate change refugees, but had come down and they were going to be killed. So using Web3, over a 24-hour period, we raised $100,000 to airlift the bears back to safety. So there are a lot of initiatives in Web3. So we look at social impact and transformation as being essential in the Chopraverse. And that brings my conversation to the queen of philanthropy, Maria Bravos. With Global Gift Gala, you've been doing this forever. So talk about your vision of how Web3, social impact, philanthropy, and Chopraverse are going to come together.
Well, what I saw, thank you so much, Punasha. Thank you, the UAE, for bringing us here. Philanthropy and the new era of Web3 it can be so beneficiary for foundations because a few things. The first is the impact. You can go to more people. The impact can be a lot stronger in a shorter amount of effort. You can impact a lot more people. Second, because the new generation, they live in Web3. This is the future for all of us. We are already in that space. For me, about a year and a half ago, I had nothing to do with Web3, and I didn't know about Web3. And somebody mentioned, it's transparent, it's traceable, and also is decentralized. And I said, this is a dream come true for all foundations. But what I found in Chopraverse and the House of Enlightenment is you create that community of people of same like-minded, where you can truly benefit yourself. Philanthropy has to start in yourself, loving yourself. And from that community, we go worldwide. And it's Web3 is here to stay, like Deepa was saying. We are already in the digital world, and together with the tangible world is all one world. So we have to embrace that.
So I think the other thing which we are really excited being in Abu Dhabi and the UAE is because we are looking at how can we help people. So one of the challenges this region has is really a kind of, high incidence of lifestyle-related metabolic syndrome, diabetes, and things like that. So one of the things we want to do with these Chopra homes is to provide you a 24/7 kind of companion, a digital companion. This is the intersection of AI and the metaverse. Think of having Dr. Deepak Chopra in your home 24/7. This is what we call the digital Deepak. And we want to enable a digital assistant who's at you, at home, at work, at play, on the road. Because the future is, everybody knows if you smoke a shisha, every day, it's going to kind of mess you up a little bit. But you understand the sugar is an issue. But how do you get reminders? Because what I said initially, the biggest challenge today is loneliness. People are super connected, but very lonely. So Deepak, do you want to share your vision about, we always talk about the 5 Ps. And one of the things we want to do is to bring your vision. Our superpower is Dr. Deepak Chopra. What he does with what he's doing over the last 4 decades with 95 books to transform lifestyle medicine and truly being a well-being companion is truly bar none in the best in the world. So can you share your vision for the 5 Ps and how we could all live a better life in the metaverse?
Every experience you have, it doesn't matter what the experience is. Right now, you're having an experience, your frontal cortex is being activated, there's epigenetic activity, and a lot going on here as we're having this conversation. If you're harnessing insight or intuition or creativity, other parts of the brain get activated. If you're having an emotional exchange, your limbic brain gets activated. If you're scared, your reptilian brain gets activated. But everything, every experience, it doesn't matter. Any sensation, any perception, any feeling, any thought that you have now has a measurable correlate here and in the body. So your body is actually the physical blueprint of experience. We metabolize experience. There's an ancient phrase, if you want to know what your experiences were like in the past, look at your body now. If you want to know what your body will look like in the future, look at your experiences right now. So Punacha mentioned 5 Ps. First is the future of medicine. Medicine is very personal. No 2 people respond to the same treatment in the same way. I learned that, and I'm a diabetologist and endocrinologist, internist. I was always puzzled. 2 people have the same illness, one recovers, one dies. They see the same doctor. So now we can see how to personalize based on your data and your lifestyle, of course. So that's the first P, personalize. Second is precision, very precise because it's measurable. Third is predictable. Fourth is preventable. Fifth, it's a process. And sixth, you need to participate because if you don't participate, nothing really helps. It's not totally passive.
Talking about participation, so I think we all agree. Who all believe that gaming is the future? Come on, you can do it. Yeah. There you go. Truly, I have a son who's 17 and I have another son at 21. I actually have to talk to them using League of Legends or Fortnite, because otherwise I'm not cool enough. But there's something happening here because the world, if you look at it, we were in Miami talking to the mayor of Miami to bring mindfulness to children, and they're all on Roblox, right? So apps are almost, mark my words, going to be dead because games is the future and that everything is going to be through a gaming experience. So when we look at this world, and Deepak talks about it, this is the world's best virtual reality, the best VR experience, because this is a human experience. So we can manipulate our sensations, we call it SIFT, sensations, images, feelings, and thoughts. And by working with this SIFT, we can change our reality, and that's really what the metaverse is. So, Nino, from your perspective, you have been doing gaming and VR. Can you share your vision for how Utopia, and what I love about what you have done with Utopia and Utopia Avatars, you actually build tangible value. You've done collaboration with artists, you've created real-world businesses, where if you are now able to connect Utopia Avatars with our avatars, which is going to be called Meta-Human, because the OG of Meta is Dr. Chopra, he wrote Meta-Human, before there was Meta. But anyway, that's just a joke. But can you share your vision on how you think these worlds and with VR, AR coming together?
Yeah, I think that one of the most incredible things that Web3 provide is merging worlds, right? We're really passionate about bridging the gap between the physical and the digital. And I want to also mention my partner, Maria. What she said on philanthropy, it's actually applied to everything, right? If we can actually know the amount of funds that we raise for a specific charity cause, and we know the destination of that funds with transparency, that can be applied to whatever business that we know today, right? What would be the difference between a foundation and a gaming company, for instance? So I believe that one of the things that these bring, apart from like cooperating and actually like building together, I think that one of the things that we empower also in Utopia and Utopia Avatars is building together. So when we bridge the gap, for instance, all the businesses that we do to build our community, that's how we mention it as community treasury. That's something that everybody together can decide the destiny of them. We obviously always give back for what is given. That's our philosophy of building up in life. And we believe that that give back for what is given is something that is inside each of us. So once we actually start getting to know that that impact is inside each of us, and that's something that Web3 and that immersive experience can actually make you happen or make you realize. When you realize that you are actually capable of achieving whatever you want in life, then is when you can actually make it. But that click that goes in your mind, it's in each of your minds. Nobody's going to make it possible for you. You are the one that needs to move with possibilities and not with ideas. So when we knew about these new possibilities that the Web3 area was bringing, we just wanted to summarize it in one simple word, which was transparency. I mean, we are all aware of all the things that happens, especially when new businesses come arise. There are many new projects that arrive, but at the end of the journey, the ones that look for the long run, the ones that look for the impact, are the ones that stay. And we're actually in that moment, right, in Web3. We're in that moment that the ones who actually innovate, understand the technology, and understand that we're here for the long run, those are the ones that are going to stay and are going to make an impact to get this world a better place. So that's our passion, and that's what we're really focused on.
Thank you. So Deepak, you talk about everything is digital. So he kind of blows my mind away when he says this. He says there's no digital and there's no physical. Everything is digital. So the house which we are living in is truly, we actually metabolize time, our experience in the home, and when you travel, we kind of connect both these worlds. Can you share, when you say everything is digital, and why you're so passionate about these homes, and how the homes become an extension and the environment? Can you just give a little bit of a synopsis on that?
It would take some time to understand, but I'll do my best. So look around you right now. Everything that you see, including your body, is a result of a digital technology outside of space and time. Atoms, particles, force fields, gravity ultimately can be explained through digital experience. And we are already living in an immersive digital universe. What is this made of? Atoms. Atoms are made of particles. Particles are moving in and out at lightning speeds, back and forth, virtual particles, from what we call the quantum field. So right now, the quantum field, however it's doing it with mathematical precision, is churning out virtual particles according to what we call the uncertainty principle, and somehow that's creating this. So this is digital. Your body is digital, and when we go into the immersive metaverse, it's just an extension of the digital world we are already in. This is a digital dreamscape, and what we're doing is extending that. And that leads to amazing implications. You can treat diabetes, you can measure inflammation, you can reduce inflammation, as I said, you can trigger gene activity, you can engineer neuroplasticity, on and on. If you listen to our vision, which we have, peace, social, economic, and racial and gender justice, sustainability of both the body and what we call the environment, health, and ultimately joy. So my experience tells me if you focus on one of those elements, which we call joy, everything else comes. joy should be the only measure of success. Joy should
Yeah.
be the only measure of well-being. Otherwise, you wasted your life. You don't want to say at the end of your life, I had a lot of money, I had the best relationship, never experienced joy. If we can bring joy, sustainability, justice, everything is linked. Your biosphere here and what we call the world is the same biosphere. Trees are your lungs. Earth is recycling as your body. The oceans and rivers are your circulation. The stars, may the atoms that are now in your body were manufactured in the crucible of burning stars. So we have a personal body, we have a universal body, and our home should represent that.
Right.
It should not be just an environment, it should bring you joy.
Thanks, Deepak. So this is Abu Dhabi Finance Week. We're talking about net worth. I think in the Chopraverse, we'll talk about self-worth. Sometimes they go inversely proportional. I think Bob Marley said, some people are so poor, all they have is money. But I want to end on this note from Maria Bravo. Maria, talk about your vision on philanthropy, because when you go from me to we, being of service, it is the best cure for mental health. Why don't you share your vision on that? And on that note, we will wrap it up after you're done.
Yeah, we are all one human race. We noticed in the past few years that we are all connected. And we are connected not only in this material world, but we are connected also within the energy of the universe. And when you give, it's the best gift you can give to yourself, because you're receiving so much love and joy. And what Dr. Deepak would say is about joy in the end of the day. And philanthropy is the joyful act of kindness that makes you feel good, it makes the other person feel good.
What about the video?
Oh, we lost time. So do you have time for a video? Can you just play it? And while the video plays out, I just want to say, please join us in our journey to make joy the only thing which is really valuable in our world. And just join 1 billion people. Let's get 1 billion people together for a more peaceful, just, sustainable, healthier, and joyful world. So let's play the video. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome to your journey into the Chopraverse and the houses of enlightenment. These homes of enlightenment are homes of infinite possibilities. Let us understand the multi-dimensionality of experience, and let us make the home and our homes the catalysts for the integration of body, mind, and spirit, and the source of all experience. We will be bringing curated well-being experiences and integrate the Chopraverse with in real life opportunities to build your own well-being homes via NFTs that will provide you access to the Chopraverse and building floor plans for architects. This experience is a collaboration between Utopia Voyages and Seva Life.
Thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.